helping some very important people in our community do something very important for our community, and that is help mentors help young people reach their potential. Sometimes this goes very, very well. Sometimes there are challenges, and oftentimes I will take a call from a mentor that goes something like this. That's okay. It goes something like this. Hey Jeff, I've been meeting with Jimmy for a while, and I just don't think Jimmy's all that interested in meeting with me. Well, okay, mentor, tell me a little more about that. Well, you know, we went to the zoo and we went bowling one time and we studied for his math test. But those things are done now, and he seems to be, I don't know, just not as interested in getting together. Well, mentor, let me ask you a very important question. Be honest. How interested are you in meeting with Jimmy? Even a slight pause tells me we have got, in this relationship, a crisis of interest. But there's a solution. And it's a solution that I've been fortunate enough to learn from these mentors, teach to these mentors, and I think will benefit any of us who want our relationships to reach their highest potential. I call it the 3 I's of mentoring. Now here's what I want you to do. Take your invoice or something, flip it over, and write the letter I. Underneath it, write the letter I, and underneath it, write the letter I. I. This is what typically happens. That mentor and that young person get together, and what's the first thing they want to do? The first I is that mentor wants to make a good impression. Impression. So write the word impression there. But, to Joel's point, what's the first word in the word impression? Impress. Right? We'll walk through this slowly.
We're not
It's just a little too complicated for us this morning.
Okay? Impression, impress. Good impression's wonderful to make, but to try to do it by impressing can be a problem. But this is what this mentor does. Here's all the things I know. Here's all the things I want to share with you. Here's how friendly I am. Here's all the things we can do. Look at all the things I can do for you. It's the same thing we do when we meet people a lot of times. We try to make a good impression, but instead we kind of impress. Second I is inspiration. This mentor looks for this moment of inspiration. Something lights up in that young person's eyes. For the salesperson, something lights up in that customer's eyes, and you just like one of those lifesavers they throw into the water, you both grab onto it like, finally, our conversation and our relationship is afloat. But the trip to the zoo comes and goes. The studying for the math test comes and goes. And before long, you are left with a crisis in the third I, which is interest. A crisis of interest. Now, the good news is our mentor has, or our relationship builder has, all the right I's on the table. They just got them in the wrong order. All we're going to do is reverse the order of those I's. When we first meet somebody, our number one job is to let them be interesting. Let them be interesting. Letting them be interesting forms a foundation, and foundations dig deep, and digging deep gets to the heart of matters, gets to not only the superficial inspirations, but gives a base to the real inspiration, the things that really make a difference for this person. And so we've got a foundation of interest, we've got inspiration on top of it, we're working on the real heart of the matter. How do you get there? Really tough stuff like, tell me more. That's interesting. Tell me more about that. Say more about that. You seeing a trend in that? Keep talking. Tell me more. If we build this foundation of interest, whether it's with a young person or it's someone we're trying to develop as a customer or a partner, we build on real inspiration, we cannot help but impress people. Impress people with the solutions we come up with and with the relationships we build. Now, in closing, that sounds great, Jeff, the 3 I's, but how am I going to remember them? How am I going to remember them? Because some of you have heard this before. I have to remind myself constantly. Here's the thought. I have an idea that the 3 I's themselves will serve you well. Here it is. Next time you hear yourself saying, I know exactly what you're talking about. Wait a minute. I had something just like that happen to me. I'm supposed to remember something here. I'd love to hear more about your experience. And the 3 I's will have served you well. connect with potential. Thank you.